What's good? What's good, everyone? It is. It's awesome to be back on back on the stream. You know, so you see the you see the title. You already know what time it is. Shout outs. Well, first and foremost, let me go ahead and say it before I get into the topic. Like, subscribe, and share. That's not a lot. To my subscribers, I greatly appreciate you continuously, checking out my videos, leaving your comments. I greatly appreciate that. I know there are some comments for some strange reason I can't see, but I believe me, I've been dying to actually on, comment on those. But don't worry, we'll work it out. We know how YouTube is, very old sensitive and stuff. But again, like, subscribe, and share. I greatly appreciate that. Big shout outs to my brother John JC. I believe his podcast is underway right now. Probably will be shutting down in an hour. But the three-headed monster on YouTube. Subscribe to him as well. Very, 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 very comical and yet informative information that's from people in my hometown. Just being blunt, cutthroat, honest. Um, yeah, but make sure you all check them out and subscribe to the three-headed monster. All right. So, like, yo, man. So first and foremost, how have you been? You know, um, from time to time we get busy, so busy with life and all of these things that are transpiring around us in our community, outside of our community, and it just kind of disrupts your energy. But you still got to protect it now. Don't get it twisted. You still have to protect your energy. So it's funny, man. My, lately, and I won't lie, I really had to give myself that pep talk. You know, sometimes you have to give yourself that pep talk to get yourself back in line. Because sometimes we can get thrown off track, and I mean, it happens. It happens to the best of us. Sometimes we get thrown off track, and sometimes we have to get ourselves. We have to realign ourselves. You know, but yeah, that's what I had to do, and it was well needed because I had, I'm so heavy and hard on myself, but I could see change coming my way, all because I ride myself. I really ride myself very, very much on a level of just perfection and also being myself, being comfortable in my skin and just being comfortable with with me. It's like, shoot, I don't give a damn what anybody else thinks. It's almost like, damn if you do, damn if you don't. But anyway. So what what I really wanted to start off and get into is this whole guilty verdict. So, of course, this former, this former cop, this overseer, he's still a pig though. They about to make bacon out of him. Not the system, but whatever jail they send him to, 9 times out of 10, they go hurt him. Or 9 times out of 10, they probably go kill him. But whatever the case, for me, that's 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 on him. You know, that's on him. The energy in the universe, what you put out, you get that shit back. That's just how it is. And it honestly don't have anything to do with God or anything. It really doesn't. Doesn't have anything to do with God or any other entity that you pay honor to. Like, this is just the universe getting back. But moreover, I really wasn't actually I was actually shocked, you know. When I heard that first guilty verdict, I was like, okay. I heard that second, I was like, hmm. I said, you telling me they're gonna find them all guilty? And on that third one, boom, they found them guilty. I was like, And I get it, people are celebrating and everything. Yeah, we got one, you got one. You got one. Matter of fact, black folks, y'all need to hear this. You got one before. And how many years did they give her? Yeah, Amber. How many years did they give her? You take a black man's life just to keep down the disturbance. Oh, they gonna go ahead and find you guilty and probably give you a couple of years in probably solitary confinement. You already know. Regardless, they're going to protect their own. No doubt. They will and they shall. Simple as that. So my thing is, I don't get it why black folks are just so, oh yeah, 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 yeah. You don't even know how many years he's gonna get. But moreover, why are we celebrating that? And then all of the other cop involved shootings of innocent people still haven't charged them. Breonna Taylor, you saw what they did with that shit. That was a joke. That was a joke. You know, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner. It's like, come on. Sandra Bland. It's like, come on. The fuck? I'm not happy about that shit. So they got this little oink oink. They got him all locked up. Okay, so what? Big deal. To me, it's not even worthy of. To me, that's not a win. That's not a win to black people. If you really and truly, a win to me, a win to me is melanated people actually realizing what freedom really and truly is. When melanated people, when black folks actually start to goddamn realize that I can survive on my own. I don't need to lean on any sort of government entity. I can survive on my own and not be so codependent, feeling as if, oh, if you give up all your rights and you give up their rights, freedoms, and privileges that they've bestowed upon you, then it's like, hey, what are you going to do? I'm thinking to myself, you're going to live. You're going to live the life that you're supposed to be living. You're supposed to be a free man, free women. You're supposed to. That would be, to me, that would constitute as a win. Like, right there. But, hey, we don't, some folks don't even think about that. But just putting a cop behind bars, it's not enough to me. It's nothing that I'm gonna celebrate or whatnot. I'm just not on that. I'm not even, believe me, I'm not even gonna jump onto that and get caught up in it and just be like, yeah, 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 yeah. I want to celebrate. No, no, I'm sorry, not sorry, not at all. So on on to the next topic, because this was very, very strange, but um the most reading, it was a Ohio shooting of a 16-year-old, Micaiah Bryant, right? So apparently the cops were called. This young 16-year-old was in some sort of altercation with uh, some other black girls, and apparently she had a knife in her hand. Now, I don't condone a police, I don't condone a pig at all for shooting anyone, especially if he or she has other alternative methods of disarming a person, especially if he or she is posing, an imminent threat. You know, I look at it like, yo, there has to be precautionary measures. But then also on the flip side, I understand, shoot, if someone have a knife in their hand and they're about to swing at someone and they're just stationary. I, I mean, don't get me wrong. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to blast them too, because I'm not just going to stand there and just allow someone to possibly murder someone right in front of me. Not if I can do something about it. But I saw the video, and not having all of the information, because you start having, you have to question the sources that you're getting your information from. So I didn't react. I just sat, I just kind of sat back and just started looking and listening. And before I knew it, it, you know, it went from, oh, she didn't have a weapon, to watching the video, and I'm like, what's that in her right hand? Like, if you were to see something like this in my hand, and you're watching me in the process, like in a motion, about to swing at someone, initially it could be a pin. It could be a marker, just like this. But to someone else, that's looking at it, it could be considered a weapon. Not saying, not justifying what that pig did, because you know me, I'm just like, but again, she had a knife in her hand, and I could see that in the video. And initially I was thinking, oh boy, another unarmed shooting. And then I looked at it, I was like, she ain't unarmed. And furthermore, she was about to pose harm towards another black female. Let me turn this off so we can hear this quite clear. Now we will jump into this conversation about protect women, right? I'm not even against it. But at some point, it's like at some point that conversation needs to come up. Like what in the hell are these females out here doing? It's like your mama didn't raise you better than that? Or is it you just don't give a damn and you think this is the way you should resolve matters? Don't get me wrong. I hate hearing about situations that involve police officers, and then the next thing you know, the one of the officers happens to draw their firearm and someone gets killed. I hate hearing about that. I hate seeing that type of shit. But also, I'm looking at black folks. You, you that are sitting at home watching television, watching all of this garbage, listening to all of this garbage, allowing that to manipulate and control your brain into thinking that, hey, the value, you know, the value of another black man, whether I know him or her or not, I'm not going to value that nigga's life regardless of where you live. There's a ghetto, there's a hood, there's projects, whatever. Every single time you're hearing about it, or if you're living in it or around it, you hear it. You hear stories, you hear news reports of someone, a young black male was shot down for no reason. A little girl was just gunned down for no reason. A little girl sitting at home, and it's like she's minding her own business and she gets shot. She gets shot dead. Like, what? Come on, man. But it's like, and I said it before, and I'll say it again. Where is that energy that black people that we have towards a police officer who's, whether he or she is out of line for using excessive force or not? Why do we find ourselves with lesser energy when we had this issue where blacks are against blacks, and it's like no one cares, especially when it's affecting our children? Because I'm not even gonna lie to you, as men, we're supposed to be protecting our communities, our families, our children. My thing is, you can't talk a good damn talk if you're not willing to walk the damn walk. And I'm not even gonna lie, any motherfucker that gets out here and his emotions are all over the place, that he cannot control it, and he jumps out and he brings harm to, to innocent people or whatever. It's like, you's a bitch. You really a bitch made male. I couldn't even say you are a beta male. You scum. Really, you're supposed to be moving and honoring yourself as a warrior, but it's like that's not even in you, because you have no honor in your own people. You don't have honor you don't have honor in anyone else's life. Can't be. But we're in this situation, you know. Do I believe that the change that we need, we can create? Yes, we can create that change. What's the issue? When you have lack of accountability for a group of people, They want to play the victim all of the time, but then they put themselves in compromising situations without thinking, hey, is this going to be a threat on my life or someone else's life? Is it really worth it? What do I have to prove? Hey, if I happen to kill them, I my freedom is gone. You already know they just itching to either put you in the dirt or put you in the cell. But I'm not even gonna lie. What that young lady was doing with that knife in her hand, instead of people getting so upset about the fact that she was shot, because that does bother me. But what's even more disturbing is the simple fact that no one is saying, "Hey, the fuck was she doing out there? What? Why were they out there fighting? It's not even damn necessary. Where were the adults? Like, was anyone like? Were there any adults around? It's like, and better yet, why is she out there with a knife? Like, so I kind of look at it like, you know, that 16-year-old, she made her bed and she laid in that bitch. Regardless of what anyone else may feel or think, she made her own bed. Period. There's no, it's really not much of a reason to sit up there and get mad at the pig, because shit, they were already scuffing right before the cop even got there. It's like, what the hell? What the hell? But all of that plays a major part in the issues within the black community, you know? And there's a lot of issues in the black community that I'm not even gonna lie to you. It seems like for some reason we are not we're not trying to address at all. Like, so I brought up the conversation about black on black crime. Now, check this out now. Just just hear me out on this. Because I don't want anyone thinking that I don't have love for, I don't have love for my black community or my black family. That's that's not even the case. I do, but I don't have a problem being honest with you all, because the truth is the truth. It never changes. Never. It will always be the same. And that is, we have an issue. We collectively, are we trying to resolve the issue? Are we having much more open dialogues about the issues within our community? And are we working as a collective base to tackling the issues? A lot of the issues in the black community have came from various avenues, okay? Whether it's schooling, television, programming, books that were actually published and written by writers, authors that really and truly had no insight or wisdom into melanated people. So it's like you have a lot of programming, you know, and honestly, some of that programming comes from family members, and I'll give you, I'll use myself as an example. you know I love my mother. I love her with all my heart. There were times that I had like questionable issues that were on the lines of, racism. So I recall talking to my mom about it at one point, and it was crazy because my mom, she said, "You know what? Don't be giving them white folks no hard time." Huh? She's like, "Don't be giving them hard folks no time." I was like, "I'm okay." It's like, I'm not giving them a hard time, but they're not going to give me a hard time neither. And it was almost like she didn't want me rocking the boat. You know how that is. You have that one family member that doesn't want you rocking the boat, and it's just it's too much. It's like, don't do that. No, almost like the passive Negro, like, I don't want that. I'll follow suit. I'll fall in line. And again, there's black folks who are like that, but when it comes to like our own people, we don't have that. Our energy is like through the damn roof, damn near ready to knock someone's head off, whether they're family or friends or just someone in your community. But yeah, man, these issues, you know, these issues, mental issues, mental conditioning, and the lack of empathy for human life, especially when it's someone that looks like you, someone who is either a father, an uncle, a brother, someone's male cousin, someone's mentor, someone's uh, male teacher, someone's uh, m- coach, or someone that is supporting someone else in their most vulnerable time of need. They have a purpose, just like you all have a purpose in this world. But you know what happened? That shit just gone out the window. It's like, where is where's the value in honoring life? You know. Now, I will say this much. I've seen my share. I've seen my share of shit, but it's one thing that is more disturbing to me than anything else is just seeing how we are so easy to attack each other, but we're not easy and as easy to just love each other. I ain't even gonna lie. I value my life. I value my life. You would really have to push me to that point where I lose a loved one and you're behind it for me to really have to, like, I got to get you up out of here. And I don't mean in the jail cell, but I value life. I value human life because whoever you are, regardless, your life can be cut short. So, you know, it's simple. But when you allow someone to control you and put you on that edge where you're just going to take someone's life and they look exactly like you, that means you don't even value your own life. And that's, oh boy, that's a mental case right there. That's a mental type of situation. and you have to approach that delicately. But at some point in our communities across this country, we must sit down and have this discussion. We have to, because shit, ain't no one else going to fix us but us. Period. There's not enough medication and programming that they could put together. No, this is something so much more deeper. But also, it's an individual thing. So you have to be willing to want it. You have to be willing to change yourself and then change your household and work on changing your community. That's where like-minded individuals come in. That's where that whole saying, it takes a village to raise a child, because we don't have that now. There might be some communities abroad that have that close knit, but overall, no. But again, like, share, and subscribe. I'm about to go ahead and crack this window tonight so I can shoot, get on over here, take me a shower. It's relatively chilly outside, but that's all good. Uh-huh. I was thinking about going to the Battery tonight. I was like, nah. I'm gonna probably catch me a movie tonight. Catch me a movie and eat some guac. Guac and chips. That's not a bad idea. Guac and chips and a movie and some margaritas. Yes. But anyway, I hope that I hope what I have said to you all, I hope that my message doesn't go over your head. And I hope you understand that I don't condone any cop for shooting a man or woman if they are innocent. But hey, you can't be out here just randomly just snatching out a knife and stabbing people in front of the cops. No, you can't. You can't do that. And I'm sorry. I send my condolences out to this young girl's family, because they are without their daughter. You know, regardless of her bad decision making and all that, they lost a daughter. And that's never good. Son, daughter, that's never good. Especially a child, because she's still a child. 16, or I don't give a damn. You're still a child. You haven't fully experienced life yet. But again, I send my condolences out to her family. But most of all, there's no reason for y'all to be celebrating now. I'm not gonna keep telling y'all. Don't celebrate. Meditate, protect your energy, love those who are around you, call those who are afar, and let them know that you appreciate them, that you love them. Whatever issues that you might be harboring, you gotta let that shit go. You gotta let it go. Let it go. So, as I always used to say, and I'm gonna get back into it again, your joy and happiness belongs entirely up to you. Stop giving away your joy and happiness to undesirable individuals, because your joy and your happiness What do you have? Insanity, bad energy. Don't allow people to control you. Only you can control yourself. Stop giving your power to other people. All right. So I will talk with you all soon. I love you. Stay safe. All right. Peace.